If you are a high-ticket coach in 2026, I'm sure you have seen and heard about 3-day virtual events. I'm sure you have seen Alex Hormozi make $100 million within 3 days or 72 hours. Also, you have seen Iman Gadji make $10 million within 3 days from his 3-day virtual event. And if you haven't seen this is the video that will change everything. I will show you exactly how we made a coach or a client of us $125,000 using this 3-day virtual event system. And I will show you exactly how you can install this in your business in the next 60 days. So you can start making 6 figures from virtual events in 2026. So I'm sure you've watched it happen. You've seen a lot of coaches and a lot of gurus making and running 3-day virtual events. You know this is the funnel that really works. And the question is why you haven't done one yet. There is only one reason. It is literally the hardest funnel in this whole industry. And most coaches who try it themselves never actually launch or launch something underbuilt or blame the whole model that this 3-day virtual event system or this model doesn't actually work. So they just stick to what they are actually doing. So in this video, we will cover 4 topics. Number 1, why every top operator has moved to live events. I will show you how Hormozi, Gadji, TGR, Jordan Welch, all of your top info product entrepreneurs are right now running 3-day virtual live events and why the webinar model has a ceiling you cannot optimize through. Topic number 2 is a 3-day virtual event system and how it actually works. I will give you the pre-event machine, the 3 days live, the training. I will show you the whole system, how we actually run 3-day virtual events. And then the third topic is the proof. I'm gonna show you exactly how we made our clients 50K from one single 3-day virtual event. And actually he made 20K in 1 single hour. I'm gonna talk about this and I'm gonna show you the proof how exactly we have helped him do this, okay? And all of this without a sales team. The fourth and last topic is how to launch a 6-figure 3-day event 100% done for you in 60 days. So before we start, let me tell you who I am. My name is Walid and I run 3DE or 3-day virtual event system. And here is how the company came to exist. 2022 to 2023, I was operating inside the creator economy and community economy. I was partnering with school community owners and I was actually helping them to scale their own communities. I've worked with tens of people there on school and I've scaled multiple communities to thousands and tens of thousands of members just using live events. And late 2024, I got a personal invite to NAS Summit from NAS Daily. He's a guy so famous, he got 70 million followers on his social media. And he invited me over to his NAS Summit. It's an in-person live event, okay? For content creators, for community owners and online entrepreneurs. He got me there. And I was at the time an ambassador or a partner for his monetization platform called Nas.io. Okay, and actually I have made 2 trophies, or I have won 2 trophies from the platform by itself. So he invited me over to this NAS Summit, and this is actually the event that changed my mind on how I run info products online. So what I saw in the room is creators generating $27,000, 163K, 422K from single live events. Same audience sizes and same caliber of offers. The difference was always the system built around live events. They don't do some random stuff. They don't do pre-recorded content. They launch live virtual events. And not for the offer itself. I also watched the ones who failed. Same audience, no system. They blamed the whole model, that this live event model does not actually work. So I built 3DE in 2025 and 2026. And 3DE is the only 100% done for you operation for 3-day virtual event. The first client of us, he was stuck at $16,000 per month. When we launched for him, he made $50,000 within 3 days. And then he made $125,000 in 4 months while working with us with no sales team and no crazy complicated funnels because we were taking care of everything for him. And he referred us before his own launch even started. So I won 2 trophies for communities that I scaled. I scaled communities from 600 for hundreds of members to tens of thousands of members. I am an official partner and ambassador for Nas.io. And then I only work with 2 to 3 clients per quarter because I really care about the quality of people that I'm working with. I don't really care about the volume, okay? So let's move right now to section number 1, which is the market has moved. Almost every top operator running a real info business in 2026 has moved to 3-day live events or live events in general. Not webinars, not VSLs, 3-day live events. In example, Alex Hormozi, he made $100 million in 3 days. And I'm sure that most people right now watching this video have seen this happen. Also, Iman Gadji, he made $10 million from a 3-day virtual event. There is also TGR and Tony Robbins, who are the best at this, especially Tony Robbins, okay? He has a $7 billion empire from live events, especially in-person and virtual events. So why they all moved? Because buyers in 2026 don't trust sales calls anymore. They don't want to be closed. They want to see the system in action, working live. A live event is the only funnel that gives them exactly that, which is why conversion rates are 3x to 5x more and higher than any other funnel and any other format. They did not stumble into this. They ran the numbers and never looked back. And the pattern is clear. Every operator who has hit 7 or 8 figures into the info space is running live events. They see 3 to 5x higher conversion rates than a webinar. So with the same offer, with the same audience, with the same everything that they are running. 72 hours is the short time to close all of these people. We don't need actually weeks. We don't need actually months. We only need 72 hours to go live, and then we close the people without any sales calls. And as I said, zero sales team is required because the deposit model closes everything live for us. And I'm gonna walk you through exactly what is the deposit model. And then 30 to 40% show up rates. And we know that webinars, they have a really bad show up rate because everyone knows that this is a webinar. Everyone knows that there is actually 60 minutes of learning or teaching, and then the other 30 minutes is just a pitch. They know the format. Everyone knows the format. So that's why show-up rates are really not high anymore for webinars. And actually, most coaches watching this already know this works. You've seen the results. The question was never whether this is the good or the right funnel for you. The question is, how can you run it? How can you actually do a 3-day virtual event? Because it is actually the hardest funnel to execute in this industry. I'm going to show you exactly how we can take care of that. So for the metrics, if you care, we have webinars. Show-up rate is between 12 to 25%. 3-day event, we have 30 to 40% show-up rates. And sometimes this can be higher, but this is the average, okay? 30 to 40% show-up rates. Conversion rates for webinars from 1 to 3%. Best case, it could be 5%. But for 3 days, we've seen 3 to 8%. Sometimes it could be much higher, but this is the average, 3 to 8%. Even it looks low, but if you compare it to a webinar, if you run the same numbers and compare it to a webinar, this should make you a lot of money. Just this change. 1% of conversion rate can change how much money you make. And then the sales team, we don't need actually a sales team for the 3-day virtual event because the whole selling system happens live. So we don't actually need a sales team. We don't actually need to send people to a sales call so we can close them. So everything happens on the live events by itself. And then the cold audience, for the webinar, it's so hard to convert a cold audience to a warm audience and make them buy within 90 minutes. It's literally so hard. I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm not saying it's not possible. It is. But it's actually so hard. And people nowadays don't really trust webinars and they cannot convert within just watching a 90-minute training. But for 3 days, they really build trust. So before even you pitch, before you even explain your offer, people have already knew you. They already have understood your system. They already have believed in your system and used your system. So right now they know who you are. They like you. They believe in you. They trust you. They are 100% ready to see how you can actually help them and what's next after them right now understanding the system and actually using and running the system live with you within these 3 days. So this is why always the transition from the actual content to the pitch is always smooth for the 3-day virtual events because we will teach them. We will guide with teaching. We will guide with help. And then by the end, we smoothly transition to the pitch. And it happens very, very smoothly. So let me tell you about what this is and what it isn't. Your webinars work. Your sales calls work. I'm not here to tell you any of this is broken. I'm not here to replace what you are already doing, okay? This is literally not my goal. This is what happens when you add a one system on top of everything you already have. A concentrated 72-hour revenue event separate from what's working, compounding on top of it. This is not a replacement, as I said. This is an addition. We are adding a virtual event system. We're adding a new funnel to your top line. I'm not trying to replace your stuff, but we are trying to make you more money from the same offer and the same audience that you have already. So not replacing, we are just adding on top of what you already have. So let me actually right now walk you through the 3DE system and how does it actually work. So we have 3 steps for our system. The first one is the pre-event machine. So before day 1 of your funnel, before we even go live, the funnel is already generating revenue and covering your ad spend. Why? Because we have some front-end offers. So the tickets for the event is 100% free. But we have a VIP ticket that we sell before even we go live. And this VIP ticket could be from $47 to $97. And let's say 20 to 40% of people or registrants convert. And then we have a one-time offer. This could be a product that you have built, could be a calculator, a swipe file, whatever it is. Something that we can sell as a one-time offer, an OTO. So on 1,000 registrants, you can make 5 to 15K just from the front-end revenue. This is not from selling your high-ticket offer in the back end. This is only from the front end by selling the VIP ticket and selling the OTO. And of course, this front-end revenue will pay for the traffic. So this is not the money that you will put in your pocket. This is the money that will be thrown on ads so we can get, again, more registrants. And day 2, as I said, is the pitch, which is the pure margin for you. And then the step number 2 is the 3-day live by itself. So we have 3 days. Day number 1, the goal is to build authority. I have a structure which is TPM. So theory is day number 1, and it's just there to build the authority, earn the right to sell. So there is no selling, we're just teaching live. We install the right beliefs, we overcome the objections, and then we make them want to come back tomorrow because they still want to learn about the system. And day number 2 is P, which is the plan. This is the day when we show them how actually your system works and how exactly you're helping clients and how did you get the results that you have got for yourself and also for your clients. So we have 48 hours of trust. Then the pitch happens on this day by itself on day 2. So we teach them in the first hour, and then we have 30 minutes or another hour to pitch them your offer. And we actually have a structure. So if you have an offer that is below $3,000, we want to send people to check out on the live call by itself. And this is exactly what I did with my clients. We send people actually to the checkout. So while being live, we will send them to the checkout page so they can pay and join our program. Or if your offer is more than $3,000, then we use another structure. We ask them to deposit a $1,000 on the live events, because actually we cannot close people on live for like 7K or 5K or 10K. It doesn't work, okay? Many people have tried it in the past, but it would not really work. So that's why we ask for a deposit for $1,000. And then we collect the rest via DMs. We don't actually need the sales team. We don't need sales calls. We just need DM closing. And we have the team that will take care of this. So to repeat myself, if your offer is less than $3,000, then everything happens on the live call by itself. People will pay there and the money will come to your bank account. And if you have an offer that is more than $3,000, then we ask them to deposit a $1,000 on the live call by itself. So they pay on the call $1,000. And then we collect the rest via DM closing. So right now I explained the 2 days, T and P, theory and plan, day 1 and day 2. Right now we have the last day, and we'll leave day 3 for the map. So for the last day, we just want to combine exactly everything that we have taught them from day 1 and day 2. We want to combine everything together and then give them a map that they can use, or they can walk the path so they can get to the desired result. And then we give them only 2 options. Option 1, you can literally, after you understand right now the system and you have exactly everything that you need to get to your desired goal, you can actually walk this path alone, but it will not work. And you may not get the results that you want. Why? And then we will tell them the reasons why they cannot do it by themselves. They even tried to do it by themselves in the past and they did not go anywhere. That's why they are watching the live event. Or they can take option number 2. The option number 2, join and do it with us, because we have the team and we have the right program to do it. And then we jump on the repitch. So the repitch is different from day 2. So it is actually the same pitch that we have done for the last day, but for day 3, we actually have a lot of hard selling. So we do a lot of hard selling and we really want to close more people, okay? You don't have to think about how this will be or how can I do this, how can I pitch, because we literally take care of everything for you. So don't think about this, okay? Don't actually question how you can do the repitch. So we actually have a new angle, new urgency, and then closes the people who watched everything and still hadn't moved from the last day. And then we have the last step of the funnel, which is the training. So most operators lose 30 to 40% of potential revenue of no-shows or on no-shows, because here is the problem for live virtual events. Even this happened for you if you're running webinars. We know that the show-up rate will never be 100%. Will never be 100%. Even if they pay for the webinar, you will never see a 100% show-up rate for your webinar or for your virtual events. I mean, only if you have 1 person or 2 people there watching your webinar. And the problem is most people, they don't do anything here. They don't try to solve the problem. So they have 30% or 40% show-up rates, and then they leave 60 or 50% of the audience without anything. They don't do nothing to them. They don't try to sell them the program. That's why we build the solution for this, and we call it the training. The training is a 12 to 18% VSL built from your event, and it deploys day 3 to non-even buyer. So we only have 3 days, as I told you, 3 days for the virtual event. When we finish the event, we want to make a 12 to 18 minutes VSL video from everything that you have taught them on the virtual event. What do we do with this VSL? We send them to people who did not show up for the event, because we are tracking everything. We have all the numbers, we have everything. So we will send it to people who did not show up live for the event. We send them the VSL. The VSL has the first thing, which is teaching them about what did they miss on the virtual event, and by the end, having the pitch. And then we send them to book a call. So it's like we are combining 2 funnels here. We are combining the virtual events funnel and we are combining the VSL funnel. That's exactly how we do it. That's exactly how we're able to make 6-figure events. And also we have 0 extra ad spend. This is the difference between a 60K launch and a 100K one. Most operators don't have it, and every 3D client does. So we have the 3-day virtual events and the last thing, which is the VSL. This is our complete funnel. So right now I just want to talk about what is the difference between event and a challenge and why it matters, okay? So a challenge feels like a homework. Daily tasks people hope to complete. Commitment is fragile and how the room checks out before day 3. So a challenge is just a positioning. A 3-day virtual event is also just a positioning. So there's actually no huge difference, but the positioning is what matters, because a challenge, it feels like a homework. People need to go there and do something, but people don't like homework. That's why we go with the angle of a 3-day virtual event or an event. So people will feel like they're really going to an event. They're really attending an experience, not trying to do something or having some homework. Right now, let's move to the proof, okay? So we have the case study from our high ticket coach. He has a proven offer. He was stuck at 16K per month. Years of effort, webinars that never broke even, and the problem was not the offer. There was no machine to monetize it. The first 3-day launch that we did for him, he made 50K. We took 60 days to build it, and we went 3 days live. He'd never done that in a single launch in his entire career of building this entire info business. And then $20,000 came on day 2 alone, one pitch session. The same audience that watched his webinars in the past for years and never bought at that rate. And we collected $20,000 in one single hour while doing the pitch. And then total of 4 months working together, he made $125,000 from the same system. More revenue in 4 months with 3DE, which is us 3-day virtual events, than his entire info business had made before us combined. And then he referred us before his own launch window closed. And because I am a partner for a monetization platform, I've seen actually people making 27K from one virtual event. I watched a fitness creator make $163,000 from his live event. I watched another crypto educator make $422K in 7 days from her live event. And then another relationship coach make $180K. So my point here is this doesn't really work for all the niches. Even right now, I showed you self-improvement, fitness, crypto, relationship. 3-day virtual events, they only work for audiences that need to learn and need to see something before they are ready to buy. Think about high ticket coaching by itself. Think about real estate. Think about business. People will not actually be ready to buy from you just by watching a random video from you or just by booking a call and then they learn and know some stuff and then they are ready to buy. It doesn't work like this. They need to actually see some stuff. They need actually to spend a lot of time with you. They need actually to see how did you even help yourself to get the results that you're talking about, and how did you build your system. They need to see even actually how your system works, and they need to try it and do it live. By the end, they will 100% be ready to listen and hear your offer and then take action and buy your high-ticket product. And now to the last section. I am inviting you to launch a 6-figure 3-day virtual event in the next 60 days, because we are the only done-for-you operation in this space, 100% focused on 3-day virtual event formats. We build everything, we run everything, and then you only need to show up for 3 days and coach. And here is exactly how we can help you to do this. We have 6 phases on how we work with high-ticket coaches. Phase number 1 and 2 is the full build, and it takes 30 days. We will actually build every funnel page, all the copies, all the email sequences, all the 3-day slide deck, the ad scripts, the automations, the CRM, the training, every word we write, and then we do everything. And all you need to do is to approve. And it will take 30 days to build all of this. Think about the funnel, the pages, the slides, the copies, the automations, the CRM, every single thing is built in 30 days. And then we move to phase number 3 and 4, and it also takes 30 days. Actually, it's the pre-launch and the ads, because we cannot just take 30 days and build and then go live. We cannot do it. That's why we have 60 days. So we have 30 days of building your stuff, and then the other 30 days is actually just the pre-launch, ads, and promoting for the live event. So we launch the ads for you and we manage them daily. We also do some organic promotion, and then we have weekly registration reports and a warm pre-qualified room by event day. And if you remember, you will be actually making money on day 30 or starting from day 30. Why? Because we have the front end offers. So you will be actually making money from this phase number 3 and 4. So we have 30 days building, another 30 days promoting. You will be making money upfront revenue from this. And then we move to the 5th phase, which is actually going live and teaching live. You show up and coach. And of course, we have gave you the slides, we have built you the slides, we have done a lot of calls with you, trained you, and made you prepared to show up live and teach people and exactly like how you can show up for a 3-day virtual event. We will take care of this while we are building. The phase 5 is just the live event. You being there live and reading the slides and being live with your audience and teaching the 3-day virtual event. We will be there, we will guide you, we will take care of the operations, we will take care of the support, we will take care of everything. All you need to do, show up live, read the slides. You have 60 to 90 minutes to be live with your audience. That's all we need from you. Day 2 is the pitch, day 3 is the repitch, and then we close everything because we only have 3 days. And then after the 5th phase, which is being live for 3 days, we move to phase 6, which is actually the post-launch, or as we call the training. So the training will deploy after finishing the 3-day virtual event. And then we start sending the follow-up emails. We collect the deposits, and the card closed by day 7. So we actually have only 3 days, but if you really want to zoom out and see how the event works, we have 7 days, we have a week. So as I said, we have 60 days of building your 2-day virtual event, 3 days of going live, and 7 days of closing the ticket. Your job in the entire engagement and in the entire project is number one, show us your word in onboarding. The onboarding phase, we take a lot of stuff. We collect a lot of information from you, okay? We ask you to record a voice memo for us. We have a really smooth onboarding process, and actually one of the best onboarding processes in this space. And then number two, record the assets with script for you. So we will ask you to record the VSLs for us, to record the ads for us. We will give you everything. All you need to do, record, submit to us. We will take care of editing. We will take care of everything else for you. The last thing that we need from you is actually to show up live for 3 days as the best version of yourself, because 100% you will be ready and you will be very confident that this is the best decision that you will do and this is the best thing that you can do, because we're not there really to sell. We are there to make impact, because this is a live virtual event. It's not only about the revenue. It's not only about making money. Yes, it makes a lot of money. It's the best funnel to create huge revenue spikes, and you've seen it being live as I showed you in this video. So you will be 100% confident while you are there in the room and teaching people, because this is the goal, is to really make a lot of impact and teach them and help them. Show them exactly how your system works. Show them exactly how they can do this by themselves. Show them exactly how they can also do it while working with you and using your help. That's what we need from you. That's what we want from you. And we handle everything else. And we have actually a revenue here. So, and we call it the 3K floor guarantee. If your launch doesn't generate at least $30,000, we do another relaunch for free. No additional setup fee. We fix it and go again. Because the only funnel or the only thing that you can add in 2026 is actually this 3-day virtual event funnel. You don't need anything else. Just add this funnel to your business and watch how much money you will make, and watch how many free leads you will be getting, and how many people will be even showing up for your virtual events, for your live events. And then how many people you will be converting by the end of these live virtual events. So you have the offer, you have the audience, you literally have everything, and that's why you are watching this video. We won't send you this video if you're not a fit of working with us. So the only thing missing is the machine that turns those assets into a concentrated, engineered revenue event. That's what we built for you. So all I'm asking you right now, just scroll down and book a call with me. It will 100% be with me, not another sales guy or someone who will try to sell you. It will be 100% me. I will audit your business. I will see exactly, is this the right time for you to launch a 3-day virtual event? And will it even work for your audience and for your situation? Go ahead, scroll down. You will find my Calendly. Book a call, and I will talk to you very, very soon. And I am so fucking confident that we can actually help you get the same results and build a 6-figure virtual event in the next 60 days. I'll talk to you soon, and thank you so much for watching this video.